Hi guys, we're back at Smash Fishing. We're back down the beach on a big tide. We finally got to run a big tides again. The last 2 months has been dead, absolutely dead. So hopefully we can get some seafood. Everywhere's had a nice old soak, so there's a good chance we might find something. It's Smash Fishing, baby. Woo! I'm really early on the tide today, so I just want to have a little mooch around and just work my way down with the tide for scallops, hopefully. But they've been a bit few and far between lately. We haven't had many storms. It's usually after a storm they come in, so hope there's a few though. 2 hours before low water. Where the lobster holes are around here, it's not usually to an hour before low water that you can get to some of them, so I like to come down early just to mooch around the higher parts, because often you can find some really cool stuff. First little brown crab of the day there, very high up the beach. I'm not going to pull it out because it's only small. It's nice to see. This is what you're looking for, little ledges in the rocks like this for lobsters, crab, octopus. They'll all live in here. You just gotta have a little mooch around. Like I say, we're very high up the beach at the moment, so I don't expect too much, but you never know if you're going to find a sneaky lobster or a brown crab. I like to just check everywhere that looks like this. This little hole down here seems to be a little home for some Venus clams, look. When I seen the shells outside the hole like this, I thought it might have been for an octopus, but nothing there. I might hold on to those for a little minute. A couple of Venus clams, nice chunky ones too. We're really high up the tide, so hopefully we can get a few more of these as the day progresses. Oh, false alarm. There's a lot of those on this beach where they're just closed and they look like they're alive, but they're not. So much green weed around makes it difficult to see the clams. There'll be a lot around here, but very difficult to see. Look how well camouflaged that is. The camo spider. Little female spider crab tucked right up in this hole. I'm gonna leave her be. She's well camouflaged, I could barely see it. It's only the orange of the legs that give it away. False alarm. Some fish out here. See them swimming in the water. Must be mullet. But check this out. Haven't found one of these in a while. Giant sea hare. That's a beauty as well. Look at the size of that. See his head here, his 2 eyes. It's not the biggest one I've ever found, but it's not a bad one. Just tucked up under the seaweed, getting out the sun. What a beautiful catch. Always love finding these. So interesting. It's just the big faces on them. So cool. I'm gonna go put it somewhere safe. It'll be out the sun down here. The tide's not gonna come lower than this, so that thing wouldn't last too long in this heat. See you later, buddy. It's a giant sea hare. What an absolute cool find. Come here. Yes. Yeah, that's a nice one. I knew the brown crabs were turning up. Look at that. Solid little brown crab that. That there is going to be a keeper. Very nice. As soon as I put it in this little hole here, I could feel it fighting the hook. It's always a telltale sign with the brown crabs. Come on. And as you can see, that one there, it's about 3 million. Not a giant crab by any means, but I will take those all day long. What a beauty. So we get them in the foraging bag. Hopefully we can find a few more. The lobster holes are slowly uncovering now. Fingers crossed things start picking up. I'll take a nice crab. Beautiful. Come on, you beauties. I'm really pleased with that. Like I say, not a giant crab. We've got 2 clams now. 2 clams, 1 crab down. We'll have a nice little feast at the end of this. I fancied a little mix up. It'd be nice to find some lady crabs or even a nice big lobster. Come on. Got it. Yeah. Look at that freaking beauty. Oh my god. I was just fighting it in this hole. Look at the size of that. What an absolute chunk. Oh, I'm shaking. I got adrenaline. I was like, what the hell is that? Is it an ocky? You're fighting the hook like mad. And look at that for an absolute buster of a lobster. Oh my days. That is exactly what we came for. Look at the size of that. What a mammoth. That's got to be close to a 3-pound lobster, that. What an absolute chunk. Just shows getting down to the tides early shows what you can find, because this hole, it dries out. I reckon the lobsters walk out with the tide, and this big beauty was just sitting there. What a beautiful lobster. As you probably seen on the video, I jumped on that. It almost got away. What a beauty of a lobster. Oh, I'm over the moon with that. That's one of the best lobsters I've found in a long time. Nice solid lobster too. That is a beauty, an absolute prime lobster. I don't even get them that big in my crab pots. Prime condition, that. I can't believe it. I felt it fighting in the hole. It's like, is that an ocky? I thought the camera was playing, so I was like, oh, quickly turn it on, and boom. Literally hooked it. I stuck it into the side, moved it along, managed to get a hook behind the lobster, bam, pull it out. What an absolute gem of a lobster that one is. Beautiful. We've still got quite a few holes to go. Let's get them. You, my love, are going straight in my bag. That there is a prime lobster. That's a prime lobster to eat my arm as well. Look at the state of that. That's gonna hurt. I'm a bit concerned about this lobster being there. Look at that. That's so evil. I'm gonna try and get some kelp and cover it. Because my brown crab's all balled up, a lot of the mesh is with it. So there's not a lot of places to put this lobster. No, it won't let go of my hook. Oh, I'm so happy I caught that. What a beautiful find. Ah, got it. Beautiful. That's it. Put your claw down there. Away from my arm, thank you. Just shows you how fast the tide moves. You can see that. That's extremely quick. Within an hour it would drop in no time. This would be dry in the next 10 minutes. But you always got to be careful with tides like this around the Channel Islands, anywhere that's got really fast tides. Because as fast as they go out, they come up quick as well. So if you're stranded on a rock, that tide comes up. It's a very sticky situation, so always have your wits about you guys. Fast tides are no joke. I am absolutely over the moon with that. There's so much broken crab shell around here as well. Makes me think that the ockies might be around here. Seeing a lot more than I usually do on this beach. God, very fruitful today. Oh, it's nice to have a good forage for once. So finally back on the big tides after 2 months of rubbish, and it looks like everything's stocked up well. Look, very good that hole. Nothing in it. You can see a mound of stones there that's humped up. That's usually what brown crab and lobsters do. They get in a hole and push gravel forward, sort of to block the entrance. More shells here. See all the broken up claws and stuff. That's why I'm being very vigilant at the moment, just in hopes to find an octopus. Just never know, one of these little tiny crevices, it could be absolutely anything. Oh, that would have been a lovely sized clam. That's a Dosinia clam, one of my favourite eating clams out of the species. Beautiful, really good eating. You don't get a huge amount of them on this beach. You do find the odd one washed about, usually after a storm. Come on, the scallops. We're around the scallop grounds now. This green seaweed makes it awful for trying to find them. Roll on winter time. That's what we were looking for. Just right there. See how it's got weed on it? That's how they end up these sort of bits. They get washed in by the tide because they've got seaweed on them. Nice size scallop that. I'm going to hold on to that bad boy. Yum. get in my foraging bag. We're on a roll. Another clam down. Is that another one? Oh no. False alarm. They always get you the ones that are closed, but they're like stuck shut. Look at that little beauty. Just absolutely tiny. That limpet off it. Oh, I thought that was a scallop shell then, it wasn't. That's absolutely diddy. That's one of the smallest ones I've ever found. King scallop. Absolute tiny little one. I've just seen something squirt here and I can guarantee it's a scallop. Where is it? Unless it was a gaper clam or something. Oh, there it is. I can see, I've seen the water squirt. And lo and behold, there's a scallop. Must have been the big swell we've had in the last couple of weeks. It's washed a few in. Just staying quiet because I thought I heard another one. If you just wait around a bit, you'll hear either a clap, 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 or it will squirt water. There's another one. Look at the size of that. That's a beauty. That's a lovely scallop, that. Hopefully we can get some more. We're on a roll at the moment. That's 3 down. Just got to listen out for them. Because they're under this seaweed, it's an absolute nightmare. There's another one here somewhere. I've seen the squirt. Come on, where are you? There, you seen that? That's exactly what you're looking out for. As you can see, they're so well camouflaged, you can't spot them very well unless they start clapping. They was just sat there in the seaweed. You can see they sort of bury themselves like this. And with that weed over the top, you just can't see them. There could be 20 round you, and you'll miss them. But hey, 4 down, 1 lobster and a brown crab. I'm going to start heading up the beach in a minute, guys. I've got more than enough seafood. Look at that lot. I can't believe that. I'm going to cook up the lobster and crab for the kids. And I'm having garlic scallops tonight. Yeah. I can't wait. I haven't had scallops foraging in ages, or a lobster, and I got it all in one forage. I think I'm gonna let the clams go when I start sorting out my bag. No point being greedy. Let the clams go. There's not much meat in them. If I found 12 or something, then fair enough. But there's no point taking too many. No point taking them if there's only a couple. This has turned out to be one hell of a forage. Really looking forward to getting back and eating some scallops. Got 4 scallops. Got a lobster and crab for the kids. What more can you ask for? That's a forage and a half. I wasn't that hopeful today, but obviously you get proven wrong. It's fishing. Sometimes you have good trips, sometimes you don't. Another crab. Another male as well. See where he's lost his claw in the past. It's got sort of a black cap on it. Then they start growing them back. Thought I could feel something in the bottom of that hole. Say hello, buddy. That tide's on the turn now, guys. So I'm going to make my way back up the beach. I'll see you guys in the kitchen. I'm going to quickly just move up to a little corner here and go through the catch, and then we'll let go what we don't want. But this is one hell of a forage. I'm over the moon today. What an absolute diamond. That there is a prime lobster. Look at the claws on that. I'm a bit worried about putting my hand near it because it's quite a feisty lobster. That's a beauty. And we got our brown crab here. It's another nice one as well. And we got our scallops. Oh God, I'm so excited. Look at these scallops as well. They're beauties. Big, thick scallops. I will take these all day long. So we've got 4 scallops. And look at that. Lovely big lobster and a brown crab. I can't wait to tuck into this lot. What I'm going to do though, all these clams, I'm going to let them go. There isn't many here, so This whole beach is full of little clams like that when you can spot them. There you go. I don't need these, so we'll just put those over there. They can go free, and we've got our little bountiful catch. The kids are absolutely going to love a nice lobster and crab. I'm just not going to share my scallops. I've decided, guys, I'm going to let this brown crab go. It's not a big crab. Right, if I found 2 of them I would have been happy, but that's a big lobster for 2 kids, so I'm just going to put this back. I don't need to be greedy or save them. I'm not commercially fishing. I just enjoy my foraging just for a feed for the kids or myself or my dad. But that there, it's your lucky day, my friend. Enjoy your freedom. The tide will be back up with him in a few minutes. We're good to go. Back in the kitchen now, guys. Look at that for a lobster. What an absolute beauty. Loads of meat in that shell, that's for sure. That's one of the biggest lobsters I've found for a while. What I'm going to do is boil it up, or semi-steam it. I've just got an inch of water in the bottom. Then I'm going to put the lid on, and we'll plop the lobster in, get that cooked for the kids. Then we're on to some delicious scallops. I had to cram that lobster in there. I've just dispatched it, put it straight into the boiling water. As you can see, that steam's going to go around and cook the whole thing. We're going to get on with our scallops. So let's just lift it up a little bit so you can see the white meat. And you just go scrape along the shell, get all of that meat off. There you go. I'm no expert at doing this, by the way, but I know how to do it. Sort of. I'm trying to keep the roe on there because I actually want that. You just get all these frills off. There we go. Almost there. I broke the roe a little bit on that one. That's all good. I've done some lovely roe in these. Look at the roe in that. That looks delicious. If I can keep it all in one tact. If I can keep it all in one piece, that is. So I've got the meat there. And this part right here is the roe. Made a little bit of a fudge up of this. Just trying to get the roe off. Sometimes they don't have a nice orange roe like that. So when they do, I'm going to eat them. Nice and tasty, the roe. Open her up. Take your time, especially when you're like me, you're not the most experienced shucker of scallops. If you know how to keep all the roe in, please leave it in the comments, because I could always do with some tips. It's a better one. Look at that. Nice chunky bit of roe there. Beautiful bit of meat. It's sort of hashed up the last ones, but that one got it off beautifully. Just going to give the lobster a couple more minutes and we get it out. It's looking good, that. Smells lovely too. So we've got our oysters here. Oysters, what am I talking about? Scallops. We've got our scallops here. All I've got here is some Guernsey butter with some chopped garlic, some salt, pepper. There's a tiny bit of paprika in there as well. And that there is going in the scallops, and they're getting baked in the oven. Delicious. That is as simple as it gets. That's all I want my scallops to be like. Put that in the oven. That'd be absolutely amazing. There. There's a beautiful cooked lobster. Fresh scallops, foraged half an hour ago. Shucked. Little bit of Guernsey butter, garlic, salt, pepper, and a little bit of paprika. Oh, those smell absolutely amazing. Look at the little chunks of garlic in there. This is going to be a quick eating session, guys. These are going to get savaged. I'm well excited for this, I can't lie. Look at that, just falls out the shell. Soaked in garlic butter. Mmm. It's one of them with scallops. When you've got a couple like this, or a few, you want loads. Mmm. There's that big roe. Look at that. Beautiful orange roe. When it's like that, you definitely want to eat it. Mmm. Ow! That's burning the shit out of my tongue. Ow! That's what you get for being greedy. Mmm. Oh, that's so good. And that's why I'm not sharing them with the kids. They can have a lobster. I'm having the 4 scallops. Mmm. So I won't leave the video any longer, guys. I've burnt the living snot out of my tongue. I've got 1 more scallop to go. And then I'm going to go put an ice cube on my face. So stay tuned for the next episode. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed. There's going to be plenty more to come. If you want any merch, links in the description. It's Smash Fishing, baby. Woo! Ooh, you delicious little morsels. Ooh. Mmm.